Hello, everyone, and welcome to Awesöme Orchestra's 8th annual end-of-year concert. We are so glad you're here. It is sort of a Halloween concert. It's the first time we've done this, so we are so excited to be here. I just want to say thank you to everybody out in watching the live stream right now, out in the Awesomeverse. Thank you for tuning in. We have people all over the world watching now. And please don't be a stranger and hop in the chat and let us know where you're watching from or a favorite Awesöme Orchestra memory you have. But we're excited to welcome y'all here. Give a hand to Freight and Salvage, our beautiful home that we love having here. We played here many times. My name is David Möschler. I'm the founding artistic director of Awesöme Orchestra Collective, and we are here to have an evening of celebration, gathering of music making. We're going to premiere sort of our favorite hits from the year. So please raise your hand if this is your first time seeing Awesöme Orchestra. Amazing. Raise your hand if you've seen us before at some point. Yeah. And also, I just want to take a moment and let you know that in the event, unlikely event of emergency, we have fire exits over here and over here where you came in, and also back there. And I also want to start off with land acknowledgement. Although this is known as Berkeley, we are playing on unceded land of the Ohlone tribes, which includes members of the Muwekma and Chochenyo tribes. So I just want to acknowledge that, start off the concert with that. And if you're interested to find out more about this practice, there's a really wonderful website and resource called native-land.ca, where you can find out more, not just about acknowledgement, but how to move beyond just that. So, we are grateful to be here, and we have a very exciting concert tonight. We are doing sort of a smattering of our favorite hits from the year. For anybody who's seen us play out in the wild, we normally are sort of a flash mob, pop-up, drop-in, pick-up orchestra. And we love that. But we also love actually rehearsing sometimes. And so you're going to hear a lot of new music tonight. You're going to hear some songs that are familiar to you. You're going to hear a lot of world premieres. If you check on the program, you'll see that I think 8 out of the 10 pieces we're doing are Bay Area premieres. And the only reason one of them isn't a Bay Area premiere is because Oakland Civic Orchestra already played it earlier in the last year. So we're really proud of that. And I always like to remind everybody that every piece of music you ever heard was once a new piece. So thank you for supporting live music. Thank you for supporting new music. For tonight, we encourage you to respond and react and enjoy the music however you feel most comfortable. If you want to clap at the end of a solo, or boo, or holler, or cry, or anything, please do what is most comfortable for you and express yourself. Do try and be respectful to your neighbors in the moment if it's a quiet piece, but also, we're not going to kick you out. If we do have anybody out there who hasn't yet, please make sure to, nope, that's a different announcement for next time. Hold on. I thought I'd do the whole thing from memory. Tuning. Great. I think we're just going to get started. Please welcome to the stage our returning guest conductor, Sue Crum, for our first piece, Destiny for a New.
Good evening. First piece of the evening is entitled A Destiny for a New. It came about in 2016. A revision in May of 2020 gave the piece new meaning. The COVID-19 pandemic took a toll on physical, financial, and emotional aspects of everyday life everywhere. The piece is a call for strength to that dilemma to come out the other side stronger than ever. Composer Joshua Idio says of the piece, "Hope is always within reach, but we need to be inspired to follow it. Music is the conduit, the spark that will light our way through the end of the dark tunnel. The inspiring begins now." Joshua Idio's Destiny for a New.
Thank you, Sue Crum. Pardon me while I adjust the podium. We have different guest conductors of different heights tonight. And this is going under here. We are so grateful to everyone for coming here tonight, out watching on the live stream, or anyone else who has donated to our end-of-year fundraiser. We initially set a goal of $35,000, and we are very, very close actually to our stretch goal. We've raised it to $40,000, and we have right now raised $34,518.90. So, thank you. Thank you to everyone that's donated. No amount is too small or too large. We're a nonprofit, fiscally sponsored organization by Intersection for the Arts in San Francisco. We have been for the last 9 years. Speaking of, next March is our 10-year anniversary, which is a little mind-blowing. But to those that have given, thank you. If you haven't donated to the fundraiser before, there are lots of ways you can help us. You can click the links online. There's a very fun interactive element for those watching on the live stream. We have t-shirts sold outside. We just got in a new batch with all the right sizes and all the right fits that everybody asks for. And we also have a really incredible silent auction that has been put together by one of our volunteers, Claire Chin Carter. Thank you, Claire. And there are a lot of really, really fun things to bid on out there. The bidding will close at intermission. So I'll remind you again to go out there and bid, but it includes not just things like a baking lesson or a bag of perfect chocolate chip cookies by Sue Crum, but also things like jewelry making lessons with Alexandra, one of our clarinet ambassadors. And you can also you can learn Magic the Gathering with one of our horn players, John Betts. And you can also, if you want to go into an escape room with me and two of your friends, then I'll pay for it, and we'll hopefully get out. I'm pretty good at escape rooms, so, you know. Please bid on it. All those ways you can support us. You can also just go online to awesomeorchestra.org/donate. It costs a lot of money to be free, and our whole mission is to make orchestra as accessible as possible to our communities and create orchestral adventures. So, thank you for coming on this adventure tonight. Next piece up has also never been heard live by humans, unless you were at the Oakland Museum, California, Friday nights. Was anybody there earlier this year where we played in the garden? Yeah, so you'll remember Raze the Maze. Please give it up for Tarek Ragab and Moorea Dickason. We're going to do 2 songs from their new album, and we'll tell you more about their stuff after in between the 2 songs. So this is Raze the Maze. We're going to start with Breaking Broken from their new album that's just come out, 7 a.m. Dream.
stuck inside the miracle machine, human being, and you're breaking, broken. Persons of perpetuality in the dream, now you're breaking open. Ooh, you're the mirror, me in my eyes you'll see, through the prism love as below and as above. Just a prisoner of nothingness in stardust. Welcome to the new fait accompli, smoking screens, and we're breaking broken. Watch it fall apart all at the seams. World of things is now breaking open. In this waltz with time, the forever finds every scripted line brings out the true divine. Just another sign pointing to the Welcome to the new morality, smoking screens, and we're breaking broken. Ooh, you're the light and love, you are the way, every ray of you breaking open.
Give it up for Raze. Give it up for Raze the Maze. Tarek Ragab and Moorea Dickason.
Thank you.
Moorea, do you want to, and/or Tarek, tell us more about this album, that last song, this song, where we can find more of your music?
Yes, Tarek and I are in a project called Raze the Maze. We were Motar, a progressive rock band, and now we're Raze the Maze, kind of a newish project. This is our second album, 7 a.m. Dream. We're at razethemazemusic.com. We got vinyl this time. We're really excited. This is our first vinyl ever. It looks very pretty. Tarek is an amazing artist, so all the art was hand painted. And our album release show, like the rock band version, is this Thursday at Ivy Room in Albany. And we're not on until 9:30, so you could 100% buy tickets to whatever amazing events happening here at the Freight, and then pop on over to our show at the Ivy Room right after. So yeah, we're really looking forward to that, and so happy to be here and so honored to share the stage with you all, especially in service of raising funds for the next year for this awesome organization. So thanks, y'all. Thanks for being here. Seance, call the haunts I wanna talk to. Who knows who? I got a letter addressed to a never better. Through the eyes of specters haunted by the haunted, what you want. Careful what you wish upon us. Sorry eyes, you are the stardust swept into the ether. Once again, merciful and of all suffering and sing out. Chemically bow down, fall into the sound that's calling you. A sunny disposition, you are the face of love that's right in front of you.
Give it up for Raze the Maze. Yes, Moorea Dickason on vocals, Gob on bass. They wrote and orchestrated this. Woo! Some of those things she does with her voice should be illegal. But now for something totally different. One of the things about Awesome Orchestra that I'm most proud of, but also get most excited about, is the sort of breadth of repertoire that we have, playing stuff like this, and playing a lot of new music, but also you'll hear a whole lot of other stuff tonight, and that's kind of my favorite kind of program to do and to see. So I remember, growing up going to orchestra concerts, and they sort of have the boilerplate model for a long time of start with an overture, and then a concerto, and then intermission, and then a symphony. And we like to take a little different path with that. So Next up, we have a really, really beautiful, amazing piece that this is, I think, only the second performance of. And I'm going to invite up our Associate Artistic Director and guest conductor, who has done many arrangements for us over the years, but has also conducted many pieces. This is a piece that he really championed and really cared a lot about and expresses a lot about who he is. And so please help me in welcoming to the stage Brian Adam McCune.
They may not have seen this costume yet. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our October edition of the end of year concert. Like Dave said, this is a piece that means a lot to me. We read it in March, at a March session, and Dave and I set out at the beginning of the year, actually 3 years ago, before the pandemic. We wanted to feature a female composer or arranger on every single session that we do. And we've done a very good job. Not perfect, but always aiming to include that form of representation in our music. Again, wanting to reflect who we are. We don't need to play music exclusively by dead white European men. So, so this is a living American composer by the name of Dale Trumbore, and she's written this beautiful piece called Infinitely and Without Apology. And I have to read the inscription on it. The program note is really a beautiful thing. Will set you up for understanding what this piece is all about. And I guarantee you probably never heard a piece like this before. Infinitely and Without Apology considers the struggle between self-confidence and self-doubt. Ultimately, self-assurance can't be given to us by a parent, by a teacher or a partner, and the confidence we possess as children can be shaken in adolescence. We must learn to practice and renew our confidence. We must learn to listen and to trust our quietest instincts. Once we've practiced resilience, though, we can face a crisis of confidence and emerge irrepressible, ready to persist even in the face of self-doubt. This piece takes its title from a phrase of Grace Gorski's poem, A Fat Girl's Guide to Loving Her Body, from the anthology Nasty Women Poets. The full line of the poem, from which the title is excerpted, reads, "Remember, your bones contain fragments of galaxies, and if the universe can stretch infinitely and without apology, so can you." Tune. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. McCune. And next up, while we transition, we've prepared a brief video about our next project coming up on December 3rd at the Malonga Center for the Arts in Oakland. It's our biggest project to date. So we'd like to share with you first a little brief video introduction about that project.
A requiem is a mass for the dead. It's traditionally written for orchestra and voices. In this case, my work is called A Requiem Without Words, and it has no chorus, and it represents the voices that were lost. I was really touched by the stories and the faces that were involved, and I decided to dedicate the requiem to the victims and their families.
The vision of Awesöme Orchestra Collective is to create a model for orchestras to represent and serve their communities. On December 3rd, right here at the Malonga Center for the Arts in Oakland, we're going to bring our community together for a night of music making, premiering Arturo Rodriguez's Requiem Sinfonica, or Requiem Without Words, with a 65-piece orchestra for free for our community.
We're really hoping to transform the Malonga Center for the Arts into a healing space, a sacred coming together of our community to honor the 36 stars who were lost that night. So hopefully everyone can come here and experience kind of a healing through the art, through the music, through shared community right here in Oakland.
In order to make this event as accessible as possible for our community, we're going to be live streaming it professionally for free. Anyone can join us, you just need to RSVP for the link, and that way we can widen our community across the globe.
Our composer to say a few words about the piece, Arturo Rodriguez.
Prepared some notes here. First, I want to thank the audience for attending. This is amazing, isn't it, being here with Awesöme Orchestra? Can you please give Awesöme Orchestra another round of applause? Thank you. And I want to thank Awesöme Orchestra for this, and the team, the collective team, for your amazing work and partnership on this long and worthwhile project. Again, my name is Arturo Rodriguez. I'm the composer of Requiem Sinfonica, a Requiem Without Words. I began writing this work at the end of November 2016 as an ambitious project for myself. The day after the tragedy occurred, I decided to dedicate this work to those lost in that tragic event. In the days that followed, the stories came out about each of the 36 stars who perished in the fire. Their stories were a reflection of the music I was beginning to sketch. What a better way than remembering them in a requiem. This type of musical work is designed to tell the story of a soul passing from this life into the next. The requiem itself is described as a mass for the repose of the souls of the dead. Simply, it's a way to remember the dead. This event in December serves as a means of healing for the families of the 36 stars, healing for the community and extended members of the community impacted by the event. The impact of the event reached the hearts of many viewers locally and nationally. Ultimately, I want this particular work to serve as a way to find peace. Our loved ones are not suffering. The music serves as a jubilation of life, but it also means, but also a means to feel our feelings. It's okay to feel. It's okay to remember, and that's the process of grieving. Lastly, I just want to say that we are a collective, and we want to heal along with you during this musical journey. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you, Artie. We hope to see you all there. If you want to find out more info about how to be involved, we're also looking for volunteers for the concert. There's an info booth out in the lobby at Intermission after the show where you can find out more. We have handbills and postcards to hand out. Before Intermission, we have one more piece, and I'm really, really excited to be playing this. It's a piece called Bell and Drum Tower by Alexis Alrich, and a composer based here in Northern California, up in Grass Valley, who's having her music played a lot these days in the Bay Area. And we read this piece at Uptown Body and Fender earlier this year, sometime in the summer. Pretty much every player came up to me and said, we're gonna play that on the end of your concert, right? We're gonna play that. So this is a piece that was inspired by a trip she had to Beijing, China, and a section of the city that had centuries-old towers, one that was filled with drums, and one that was filled with bells that were used to signify different times of the day. And the musical impression, hearing that throughout the day during her stay, inspired this piece, and we hope you enjoy it. This is Bell and Drum Tower by Alexis Alrich. And please give it up for our composer who is here tonight, Alexis Alrich, right back here. Our composer. That was fun. We're going to take a 20-minute intermission. Please hang out in the lobby. Talk to the musicians, talk to your friends, all that stuff. Bid on the silent auction, which will close at the end of intermission. Make a donation, find out more about the Requiem, buy a t-shirt. I'm so glad you're here. We'll see you all back in 20 minutes for the second half. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start the second half. The bidding for the silent auction will conclude in just a few minutes. So if you haven't yet, if there's something you really want, make that bid. I am supposed to be standing in my light. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Sorry, Sophie. Please finish your bids on the silent auction. We'll announce the winners at the end of the concert, right before the last piece. But make your bid. I guess it feels like you're walking back in because I'm talking, but you should make your bid on the silent auction. I hope you win. Welcome back, everyone. You can applaud for this group. Welcome back. Welcome back to our audience watching out in the awesome verse around the world, around the country. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you're getting really silly in the chat and having a good time remembering how much fun you've had with us, either watching from afar or playing with us. You're always welcome back here. So, second half, gonna be totally different from the first. We have a long tradition of playing big band tunes. We started it at our awesome prom in 2019. Raise your hand if you were at our prom in 2019. It was at the old Omni Commons. Raise your hand if you'd love us to do a prom again, maybe. How many of you would come to a prom? Okay, that was kind of tepid, but that's okay. Out there. We started doing a big band because we had a lot of good players that could do that. And then they just kept saying, please, can we do more? Can we do more? So we have the awesome big band here tonight. But before that, here for a fundraiser update total. We're getting closer to our goal, but we need your help. We're now at $34,824, which doesn't include our silent auction winners. We'll announce those before the last piece. And you'll need to check in at the silent auction on your way out to both claim your prize and also pay. But raise your hand if you're like, after looking through those, you're like, I kind of really hope I get one of them. Does anybody really? Yeah, there's some really good ones. So. Out there in the Awesome Verse online, please, if you haven't yet, please consider donating or making a donation or encouraging others to. Our money comes from grants and foundations, but over, I think it's 75% of our funds come from individual donors, people like you, and we don't rely on advertising or anything like that. We don't have any large angel donors that fund us. We just started in someone's living room almost 10 years ago. Actually, I want to give a shout out to that person, Brendan West, who is running our live stream. Give it up for our stream team. Brendan, 9 years ago, led us into his West Oakland warehouse live-work artist space at 1919 Market with his roommate, Travis Kindred, on bass over here. And, you never know when something starts in your living room, it's going to grow into this. So thank you for coming back. Thank you to the musicians for continuing to show up and play. Thank you to the donors for continuing to give generously. It means a lot. And we're excited for all the adventures to come for our 10th anniversary season. Blowing my mind. So without further ado, let's tune and then I will take you to some video game music. Video games risque, I know, for a concert. Okay. It's a thing. They like B flats. Anybody here ever played video games? Anybody ever play the game Cuphead? Yeah. Yes, it's so brutal. We love it, but it's a brutal game. And the music from that by Kristofer Maddigan, a Canadian percussionist, is one of the most exciting scores that's come out in a while. And at Cal Academy of Sciences, earlier this year, we played an entire session of video game music curated by Travis Kindred, our local video game music expert. And this is one of the pieces that they chose. So we're going to play two pieces, and then I'm going to introduce you to the arranger of the next one. But this music from Cuphead was inspired by Count Basie, Duke Ellington, a lot of old school big band. And it's new music that was just written a few years ago, but it's meant to inspire future artists and bring that music back to into the foray. And the particular boss fight that's happening during this music is a boxing match. So try and imagine that. If you played the game, I'm sorry if it brings back any triggering memories, but it's not the dragon level. It's a little easier. But anyway, here is Clip Joint Calamity from Cuphead. Give it up for the awesome big band. Now, you can't just do one big band piece. You've got to have a couple. You've got to have a set. And we've also really enjoyed playing not just traditional stuff and new music for big band, but also arrangements of older stuff. So in previous years, some of y'all might remember movements of Gustav Holst's The Planets arranged for big band. Super killer, super fun by Jeremy Levy down in LA. Well, when one of our players, Jereld Wing, emailed me and said, do you know Elgar's Enigma variations? He said, I'm arranging the whole thing for big band, each movement. And I just said, perfect, we'll do it. Usually if you email me and send me a piece of music, I'll be like, we'll do it. Okay, sounds awesome. So, Jereld is up here on the stage there he is, Jereld Wing. If you want to say a few words about what inspired you to create this arrangement, anything about that?
Well, actually, part of the, is there a mic or I'll just yell? I'll just yell. Can I use this? You can use the one that's for sure. Which is good for pictures. Hello, all right, it's like karaoke. Actually, I was playing in some of the awesome big band stuff where they were doing the Holst planets reimagined for big band, and I thought, man, that's cool. And I also ended up playing in an orchestra, and they did Elgar's Enigma variations. And as we were rehearsing it all day, I was sort of thinking I was in a big band sort of feel, and I was thinking, that could be a walking bass line, and this would sound better as, a ragtime piece. And so my neighbors are like, yeah, sure, right, whatever. But for those who don't know this, the Enigma Variations is a collection of pieces, about 15 of them, a theme and then 14 variations. And Elgar composed them to sort of do little musical portraits of friends, family, and musical acquaintances. Some of these are rather short. The original version of this variation, this is variation 4, WMB, this original variation is only 30 seconds long, and it is supposed to portray one of his friends who would express himself very energetically. So in that mind, I set it as a salsa. I'm trying to do a different jazz genre for each piece, and so we have to come up with 14 different ones. But this one's a salsa, and this one's not quite as short. This one maybe is 2 minutes long, and we're going to add another solo, so maybe it'll be 2.5 minutes long. And this one is actually dedicated to Dr. Alejandro Morales, who's the director of the Arcus Wildlife Rehabilitation and Release Program in Guatemala. So if you're out there, Alejandro, this is for you.
Thank you, Jereld. Let's do a B flat for everyone. Give it up for our awesome big band, for our arranger, Jereld Wing. Yeah. For our soloists on trumpet, Barry, our rhythm section over here. We love playing this stuff for y'all. Okay, while they change over to the next section, going to introduce our next couple of artists. Was anybody here or watching our 2021 end of year concert? Raise your hand. Or out there, type it in the chat. Then you'll remember one of the highlights of that concert was an artist named Dia Luna. And we are so excited to have her back. And we love, if you can't tell, we love working with arrangers. We love working with new artists. If there's ever anybody who you're like, you know, I think they'd sound good with an orchestra, or I think they have a piece, you know somebody, or you have written a piece, please send it to us. A lot of our stuff is just from our community. We really want to represent and serve our community. And again, like Brian was saying, not just play dead white guy music. Don't get me wrong, a lot of good dead white guy music. We're interested in other stuff also. So, if you know anybody out there that wants their piece played or has a piece for orchestra or big band or is an arranger, please put them in touch. I promise I will respond. Now, as they're still changing over. I had something else to say. I'm going to invite back up to the podium Brian Adam McCune. Pay no attention over there. Brian, no, everybody looks over there when I say it. Look at me. I'm going to invite back to the podium Brian Adam McCune, who is not just a conductor of ours, but also one of our arrangers. And he didn't arrange this piece, but we do have the arranger for this piece here with Dia Luna, Holly Mead, over here in the corner. Some of you might remember one of her pieces that she composed was written last year. Holly, thank you for arranging this piece for Dia Luna. I wanted to invite Brian out to talk about this song and invite also Dia Luna to the stage. So welcome Dia Luna and Brian McCune.
Hello again. As stated before, we really want to do what we can to support representation in music, so we're very happy to have Andrea Diaz of Dia Luna here, a prolific creator of all kinds of art, visual and musical. I will invite her to speak about the piece just a little bit, if you don't mind. But yeah, I really want to celebrate the fact that we have Holly Mead, former Bay Area arranger. Now I think she's out in Phoenix or Arizona somewhere. But we'll forgive her that. But yeah, very happy to support women in music, women creators in music. I know that might sound strange coming from a bearded man on a podium dressed like a doctor, but it is something we are very seriously passionate about, and we want to support in this organization. Dia Luna, your name's Andrea. Would you like to say a few words about the piece we're going to hear?
I surely would. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, I'm surprising you with this.
Well, the piece is called June, and to me it represents this curiosity and joy and just the wonder of being alive. And I kind of imagined it as a conversation between me and the divine, and like, what would the divine say if I asked the divine, what is this? What am I? Who am I? But I would like to dedicate this song to all of the women in the world who are facing oppressive circumstances here and elsewhere. And I hope that they may feel like empowered and that they have a voice and a place. And I want to thank Brian and Dave and all of the beautiful musicians who are here just for their beauty and their gifts. So thank you. beds of your own mother's flesh. Who are you? The crown of the month of June, birthed from the watery beds of your own mother's flesh. Well, I breathed your life from mist upon the sea. Oh, my heart, the reach has cried to be beyond the deep. Meet A9s, wind with limbs to walk upon the sand. Feathers to reach the light above with better hands. So, who are you? The crown of the month of June, birthed from the watery beds of your own mother's flesh. Who are you? The crown of the month of June, birthed from the watery beds of your own mother's flesh. Well, you left the salty womb where you had seen your face, scale a twisted ladder to the highest place. It ain't all your wings, they gleam upon my shore. Lighthouse, the answer. So, who are you? The crown of the month of June, birthed from the watery beds of your own mother's flesh. Who are you? The crown of the month of June, birthed from the watery beds of your own mother's flesh. Birthed from the watery beds of your own mother's flesh. Oh, who are you? Who are you? Who are you now, love, coming up fresh from those waters? Oh, you can breathe, you can breathe, you can breathe now, love, coming up fresh from those waters. So who are you? The crown of the month of June, birthed from the watery beds of your own mother's flesh. Flesh. Who are you? The crown of the month of June, birthed from the watery beds of your own, your mother's flesh, your mother's flesh.
Thank you, Andrea. Brian, while you're up there and we're changing over,
Yeah, I'd love to be up here more.
Dr. McCune, I knew it. Brian, for those, as I've mentioned, has been an arranger for a lot of us. And this next song we're doing by the BeeGees, Brian arranged for Oakland Symphony before the pandemic, but was never played. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this process of what it's like to be an arranger for this group, the story behind this piece, and
Yeah.
what an arranger does?
Yeah, I've been an arranger since actually the first arrangement I ever did, I was in 8th grade, and it was a string arrangement of Orange Blossom Special for like the all county strings. And I think I got a check for $15, and I took my mom to the Olive Garden. It's real. It's a real story. But yeah, I've been arranging since like summer after. She's watching on YouTube too now. That makes me very happy. I've been doing this basically since I graduated high school. I arranged for high school marching bands, and then eventually, for years and years, and then eventually, upon moving to the Bay Area, I had, Brute Dave, who is an amazing curator of the impossible, the seemingly improbable, I will say. He's given me countless opportunities to be an arranger for this group and other groups. And what does it mean to be an arranger? It's basically somebody says, hey, I have this pre-existing thing. Will you write it for a group of any size, being string quartet, chamber orchestra, or all these people you see in front of you? In the case of this How Deep Is Your Love arrangement, so I worked with Adam Thies and Jazz Mafia to do arrangements for the late Michael Morgan and the Oakland Symphony over the years. And for one of these concerts, the administration double booked, or like double bid the arrangements. So I did this arrangement as requested based on PJ Morton's cover of How Deep Is Your Love. So it's not the standard BeeGees version. But there was a high school choir, an a cappella group that also had done How Deep Is Your Love, so they weren't going to tell the high schoolers not to do their performance. So this never got performed by the Oakland Symphony. And so it's just been sitting there gathering dust, and then Dave said, why don't we break this out? And I said, okay, that'd be great. I'd love to hear the thing I worked on. So it's hard to explain, but the basic gist is you have to know how every single one of these instruments works on the stage. Not just the classical one, the rhythm section, the vocalist, all of it. And then you have to put it on paper painstakingly and lovingly in front of them so that they have the clear instructions of what to do harmoniously together. That is the simplest and quickest version I can explain of what it means to be an arranger, and I'm so grateful for the countless opportunities I've had with this group to share my passion and my craft. So Dave is going to lead us in the BeeGees' How Deep Is Your Love, and he'll introduce our amazing vocalist we have here today.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah. And Moorea, you might want to consult a physician about that injury, the head injury you have up there.
Brian? Aren't you a doctor? I got him. That was a good one. Please welcome to the stage our vocalist, our lead vocalist for this, Yvette Pylant, joined by the incredible Moorea Dickason and Andrea Diaz. This is an arrangement that Brian kept saying, could you play it? We've never heard it. Can maybe put it on something? And I said, yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah, BeeGees, it's a great tune. And then I went and listened to his mock-up of it, and I said, oh, God, that's so good. Why did I wait so long to do this? So please enjoy How Deep Is Your Love, arranged by Brian Adam McCune and PJ Morton. And let's take one tuning note for everyone.
You wander far from me. I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze. Make me warm with your love. Then you softly leave. And it's me you need to show. You to my very soul. You're the light in my deepest, darkest hour. Yeah. You're my savior when I fall. May not think I care for you when I know deep down inside I really do. And it's me you really need to show. How deep is your love? Your love, how deep is your love? I really need to know. 'Cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down, and we all should let us leave. We belong to you. Sing with us. Is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to know. 'Cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down, when we all should let us be. We belong to you. Sing, come on. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn. 'Cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down, when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me.
Give it up for Yvette Pylant and Andrea and Moorea. And our fabulous rhythm section. Thank you. One of the things that Brian didn't say, or that he alluded to, but arranging, I've heard orchestrators say that arranging is essentially you're writing a letter to the musicians, saying that I know this instrument, I know your instrument, I know you. And hopefully if you do your job right, it's a love letter. Not in a creepy way, like in a nice, cool way. So thank you, Brian, for writing that love letter to Awesome Orchestra. And holy cow, we only have one piece left, oh my God. We are going to, do we have Adriana in the house? We are going to announce the winners of the silent auction while we get set up for our last piece. Is Adriana here? If not, Grace, could one of you all go out there and see if Adriana, the silent auction winners, when you find out who won, just, not right now, but after the concert, head over to the lobby and there's a section where the silent auction was where you bid, where you will get your number and how you can pay and all that. Thank you. Okay. So this is a list of names. It doesn't say what they won, but if you bid on a couple things, it's all good. The first winner, we have first initial S and Kojiaha. You are a winner. Awesome. Awesome. And Sue. Emily Dumas. We have here. Awesome. What did you bid on? Awesome. We love playing there. We have Carrie K. Carrie K. They gave it up. No, we'll get in touch with them. Alex Acuna. Alex, well, thank you. Sharon Sato. Sharon Sato. Juanita Lazor. Juanita? Yes? And Joan Ulig. Joan, awesome. I hope you guys got what you wanted and didn't all bid on everything. Amy Gorman. Where's Amy? Yeah. James Hennessy. Oh, James in the orchestra. Where are you? What did you bid on, James? Okay. He's going to get a lesson and a set of cards with a pro tour player, John Betts, one of our horn players. Laura Aviles. Laura? Wonderful. Jay Belson. Jay? Oh, awesome. Oh, it says Joe. Sorry. What did you get, Joe?
The rhythm section.
Ah, you get Travis and Sage. All right. Give it up for our drummer tonight, Sage. Where is he? Where's Sage? He's the real conductor for all these pieces. But don't give it up for Travis. Just kidding. James Adams. James Adams. Awesome. And then one more, Fritzy Drosten. Fritzy Drosten. And Sue Worth. Sue Worth. Amazing. Thank you all so much for contributing. We've raised a total with all of that $36,648. Thank you. We're almost at our stretch goal. Please, if you haven't yet considered giving generously, you can give online at awesomorchestra.org/donate. You can buy a t-shirt out there. You can go on our website. You can talk to me if your company does a match. We love that. It goes a long way with us to keeping our adventures accessible and fun for everyone. So, who got the escape room with me? Awesome. Okay, I'm excited. Let's strategize later on who gets to join us. Okay, everybody, for our last piece, I'm so excited to welcome back a returning guest conductor several times now for Pines of Rome, the final movement. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Sisto F. Montesinos Jr.
Thank you, everybody. So great to be here. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Orchestra, for having me here again. I love working with the Awesome Orchestra, and it's the energy, it's the vibe of this group that really keeps me coming back and it keeps me excited about playing music with them. For our last piece, at the beginning of the 20th century, there were basically two camps in classical music. It was the Germans with music of Richard Strauss and these big brassy pieces. There were also the French, this music like Debussy and Ravel, who took inspiration from nature and mythology. So in the case of Pines of Rome, Respighi was neither German nor French, he was Italian. So this piece combines the two aesthetics of the German big brassy pieces, choral pieces, but also takes some inspiration in nature, as he does in Pines of Rome. And as you will hear, this piece features offstage brass and really wonderful timpani part, two pianos, and an extended instrumentation for orchestra. So it's really quite massive and a really quite experience to listen to it live. So I'm so happy that we get to do this for you tonight, and I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you, Sisto. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. Thank you, Awesome Orchestra. Thank you to everyone who gave and supported us and supports our mission. Thank you for supporting live music. And we hope to see you at the Requiem on December 3rd. And my heart is so full. Thank you for going on this adventure with us. And we'll see you soon. We'll see you at the next adventure. Thank you, Orchestra.